Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Friday, March 14th, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 2025. It's historic. We have a tornado watch and warning for over a half a dozen states, hundreds of counties for tonight and through tomorrow. Tornadoes already on the ground. Keep calm. It's boom time. Brutal wind ravages Texas and Oklahoma today, flipping big rigs. Holy macaroni. Let's take a look at some of the action here. Powerful winds tore through the southern plains today, with some gusts reaching 95 miles per hour in New Mexico, 83 miles per hour in Texas, the next of the Schmexis, and multiple fires have erupted amid the strong, widespread winds. And it's just getting started, the storm. Take a look at some of the conditions here as the dust storm causes accidents across Amarillo as well. That's Texas. We do have video of the derecho as it hit. And you can see the visibility here is just about 20, 30 feet maybe. A crazy situation indeed in Texas. This is in Silverton, Texas, with winds gusting, to 80 miles per hour. We are banned on Twitter, but we'll be back in just about an hour. High winds will hike the wildfire threat in the southern plains. Many wildfires have cropped up today, as a massive storm will create a vast area of strong winds over the central United States that will push the wildfire risk to extreme levels. And extreme indeed. High risk severe weather tornado outbreak will target 30 states through Sunday. And that means 100 million people are being put at risk. Tornado warnings were issued and damage reported in Bellevue, Illinois just hours ago. EMA officials say 2 tornado sirens down in Crawford County, Indiana, as severe weather is looming there. And in Missouri, a tornado crosses Bakersfield and South Fork and heads towards the West Plains. Holy macaroni.
What's that? Watch east! Watch east! Right here. Right there. It's not in the path. It's right in front of us. This is the east option.
Looks like we got some video from some storm chasers there, but it is just getting started, folks, and I believe a dangerous situation is developing. On the back end of the center of circulation here, bombing out around 970 millibars, we've got a huge front, almost 800 miles long, of severe thunderstorms, and it's the southern tip from Oklahoma, from Arkansas up through Missouri and now Indiana that's going to produce the tornadoes, tornadic activity, large hail, and high winds for the next 24 to 36 hours as it moves east, and it will transfer down to the south. You can see some pop-up storms here hitting Alabama now. Those will move east through the southern tier. It is a megastorm, and it will also create blizzard conditions in the north central U.S. Everything is on tap in the next 24 hours. 12 hours ago, 100,000 plus were without power in Texas. Let's refresh this and see the new numbers. 75,000 without power now in Missouri, 61,000 in Texas, 40,000 plus in Oklahoma, 16,000 plus in Illinois, Iowa, 11,000 plus. This will continue to rise overnight as the storm intensifies and makes its way down to the southern tier tomorrow. And here is the full forecast. Severe weather and tornado outbreak through Saturday. Excessive rainfall and flooding in the Tennessee and Ohio valleys. A severe weather outbreak, including the potential for strong, long-track tornadoes, is expected through Saturday. This could include F3 to 5, which means extreme loss of life and damage. Severe thunderstorms will impact the Midwest into the mid-Mississippi Valley tonight, then shift into the central Gulf Coast states and the Deep South by Saturday. Heavy to excessive rainfall may lead to flash and river flooding in the Tennessee and Ohio valleys. I've never seen a severe weather map like this early in the season, and it looks as if, as we approach the end of March, we're going to see an even more powerful storm develop then. Right now, we've got red flag warnings across almost all of Texas, all of Oklahoma, and I would imagine some severe grass and brush fires will break out over the region overnight, and we'll be reporting on them in the morning. Already big fires breaking out all over across Missouri and Oklahoma today, and the firefighters are on the scene. The wind goes all the way up to the north. We've got blizzard warnings out from Missouri, eastern South Dakota, in over a dozen counties. So that is going to be the tail end of the storm as it moves east and things begin to develop. We've got flood warnings in Kentucky, Tennessee, New York State, as well as Vermont, which could get hit by some severe snow in the near future. It is absolutely a spring to remember. Let's take a look at the map and what's happening with the storm right now. Here is the 18Z, and you can see that storm bombing out 976 millibars. It will drop a little in the next 3 hours. That's when the blizzard conditions by morning will develop over eastern South Dakota, parts of eastern North Dakota, but all of western, say it ain't soda, Minnesota. It's going to be huge, and that's where the major strip of snow will get laid down, and we'll look at that in a minute. Take a look at the severe weather threat. It's really going to bomb out tomorrow, and it's going to really rapidly develop across the south here. Holy macaroni. Buckle up, Buttercup. This is going to last through Monday. Fun day. I hope you're prepared for power outages and headaches from this baby. So stay indoors and stay safe, and don't be scared. Be prepared. Let's take a look at the total snowfall. Well, first, let's look at the total accumulated precipitation, see where the major flooding is going to be happening. Right there through the swath of purple. Anywhere in the purple, you could be seeing flash flooding and dangerous conditions in just the next 24 hours. And the big winter chicken dinner here is in the west. As far as total snowfall, this is going to be a big snowmaker for the west as it continues to move in here. There is the storm center bombing out with those blizzard conditions. There's going to be an area of a foot or more through central Missouri there by morning. And as the weekend progresses, most of the snow will fall in the west. And let's walk the week through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Another system moves through and may dump some significant snow, the global warming goodness, on Wisconsin. Take a look at that. Holy macaroni. That is a lot of snow for Wisconsin and feet of snow up here for southern Canada. It will also affect the Northeast, this system, through early next weekend, where we could be picking up heavy snow in the Green, White Mountains, or even the Adirondacks. So we'll keep a close eye on this, as system after system will be pummeling the northern tier of the U.S. through March. And snow is a good thing that we need. Now, most of the basins through the center here are looking good, 100% or average, but we've got a deficit in the south. We really need to get some snow there. And also up in the northern tier here, we could add additional snow. That would be good for the snowpack, but really a deficit here in portions of Arizona, New Mexico, southern Colorado, as well as Utah. Seismic update. Interesting quakes today. We had a 5.0 in Italy. This is following the 4.4 in Italy yesterday, which is the largest quake at Campi Flegrei in 400 years. We'll get to what that means in just a second, so buckle up, Buttercup. But I'll show you where the quake was. But first, we need to find Italy. There it is. And you can see where that 5 magnitude in Lacinia, Italy just occurred. But if we take a look at 7 days all magnitude, you can see that 4.2 quake in Naples. I thought it was a 4.4. Apparently, it's been downgraded. This quake caused a whole bunch of headaches. Yeah, and destroyed a bunch of buildings here near Campi Flegrei. And this is due to the fact on where the construction is laying on the hydrothermal deposits. Lots of shaking with a tiny little earthquake caused massive destruction in the region, which is rattling nerves. And we'll take a look at the seismicity there in just a moment. First, we'll come over to the end of the seismic swarm here on the Reykjanes Peninsula at the Reykjanes volcano. That has come to a close as a slight uptick here in Grindavik is now occurring, which means the next eruption might be imminent. Now, here is a quick look at Campi Flegrei and that large earthquake. That was actually almost 48 hours ago. Another big rumbler happening today in the M3 magnitude and a slight uptick. Now, in the last 14 days, you can see there is an uptick in earthquakes maybe in the last 9 days here, a definite uptick as we're keeping a close eye on Campi Flegrei as magma continues to get injected at a low sill about 5 kilometers under the surface. We will see a volcanic eruption here in the future. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Probably will erupt at VEI4, nothing greater, based on the amount of magma and the history of volcanic eruptions in the Holocene. All of them have been VEI4. The rest of the erupting volcanoes for the day include Reventador to 15,000 foot. We've got Ibu to 7,000 foot here. Here is Reykjaneista at the Reykjanes volcano. The seismic swarm has come to a close. Santa Guito to 14,000 foot today. Liwatolak volcano in Indonesia reactivated lava flow at the summit there, clearly picked up by Sentinel from space. Semeru, a volcanic eruption today with Libatobi puffing and passing as well. Santa Guito to 14,000 feet. Reventador, 15,000 foot blast. Ibu to 8,000. Santa Guito to 14,000. Reventador to 15,000. Svartsvengi. Yes. A strong earthquake swarm began offshore. It is now over, Johnny. Libatobi to 8,000 feet, wrapping up worldwide volcano news for the day. Quick look over at space weather. We did have an impulsive M flare there with a radio blackout, minor at best. That's not going to really create any space weather for us. Small coronal hole facing Earth now, not that significant as well. And if we look at the solar disk, we've got tons of sunspot arrays. Holy macaroni. They're all small, insignificant, and we are still at solar max, but waning rapidly. New analysis from NASA shows an unexpected amount of sea level rise in 2024. But if you look at the graph, it doesn't show that at all. It shows a general increase in supposed global sea level for decades. No spike, no unexpected rise or anything like that. In fact, it looks like actual normal climate variability to me. And in fact, if you look at the gridded regional sea level trends, there's only one area where sea level is rising, and it is in the middle of the Western Pacific. The rest of sea level is either dropping or neutral. You see, the Earth moves up and down. Places are rising, like Campi Flegrei, 30 centimeters a month, and some areas are dropping. Most areas where the glaciers were covering them are still rising. And so that's where we get these greens and blues. And look at this entire portion here near Antarctica, where sea level is falling. The only way sea level can rise is not from melting glaciers. That does not rise sea level. The only way sea level rises is thermal expansion. And they do get to that in this article. But it is certainly a sharticle because it's coming from NASA. A perfect prehistoric artifact, painstakingly crafted thousands of years ago, discovered in the UK. This is a Paleolithic find, a 5,000-year-old point carved from clear quartz in spectacular fashion. Not a single human could probably recreate this today. This technology has been lost. The point is so thin, it's called a leaf point, that the sunlight shines right through it, and it is a spectacular find indeed. A refuge from the worst mass extinction in Earth's history was discovered in China. Now, apparently, but first, Lee and I will be discussing this tomorrow on Revolution Radio in Studio B, noon Mountain Time. We'll discuss the Devonian and Ordovician mass extinction and how they might have been triggered by a supernova nearby. Yeah, huge amounts of cosmic radiation causing the shift in biome and the die-off in the old animals. Well, according to the end Permian mass extinction, which killed 80% of life on Earth, new researchers suggest that plants did quite well when all the animals died. We'll get to the bottom of it tomorrow on the radio show, and it will be replayed as a live stream on Rumble tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Magnetic Reversal News. And more information about how life may have been sparked on Earth, well, they're calling it primordial soup. And microlightning, that's all you need. In a mist with some microlightning off the ocean, it could have sparked life on Earth, according to a new study. Tiny lightning streaks in fine oceanic spray can power chemical reactions that generate the molecules for life, according to scientists. Now, the only problem with this idea is that for hundreds of years, we've been trying to do this in physical experiments, and no one has been able to create life out of nothing with electricity and different cocktail mixtures that they irradiate. The only thing we've been able to produce are proteins. So there is that. And there's also the fact that, according to many of the experts, we have a 60% chance that, well, the United States is going to recession next year, and that gold will reach an all-time high of $4,000. It already reached a new all-time high today, and it's going to go up another 50% maybe in the next year. Silver also hitting an all-time high today. Well, not an all-time high, but an all-time high for the last, let's say, 5 or 10 years, up in the $34 range. You know what this means? People are getting out of fiat currency to hedge their bets and to make the best of a terrible situation. And the best way to do that is with Goldco, an industry leader. From precious metal IRAs to direct purchases of gold and silver, they have helped thousands of Americans diversify and protect their retirement savings for years. They're highest rated, A+ by the Better Business Bureau, AAA by Business Consumer Alliance, earned 6,000 5+ star customer ratings, 2024's best customer service, and the INC 5000 award recipient 6+ years in a row. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain when you request your free 2025 gold and silver kit from Goldco. You get the printed guide, the audio guide, and the video guide sent to you free. There are no minimums. There are no other companies like this. Most companies require $10,000, $15,000 minimums to simply roll over your IRA. That's not the case here at Goldco, and there are no penalties. So do yourself a favor. Request your free gold and silver kit now and help our channel and help your future preparedness. Because when the shit hits the fan, it hits quickly. And if you've already diversified, there is nothing to worry about. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video. We are shadow banned, and we need your help to grow. We've already been demonetized on Magnetic Reversal News on YouTube, which is why we are migrating all of our channels over to Rumble. Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News are both over at Rumble and uncensored. And every night we replay our updates on YouTube at Oppenheimer Ranch Project. And we no longer upload on YouTube at Magnetic Reversal News, just on Rumble. And soon we will be starting a live stream. Yes, exclusively to Rumble at Oppenheimer Ranch Project. The dates and the times are being figured out now, but in the next year, we are going to be migrating almost all of our content over to Rumble. So get Rumble Premium now, but only do it during one of our live streams. And that is a boom. We love each and every one of you. Be safe. It's coming.